The system is failing. We're going to have more homelessness, more unemployment, and the government has to print more money. It's a command and control economy where the government tells you everything. I just don't trust our government. And they're going to have to start printing pretty quickly. And the more they print, the less value, purchasing power the dollar has, or the loonie, or the yen, or the peso. People are talking about inflation. I think we're in depression right now, and we're going to be the biggest depression in world history. In the 1970s, that's when the world was changing. The biggest bust in the history of the world is coming up. It's pensions. They trusted the government. They trusted their pension would be there, and it's going to go bust. And that's us. We get crushed.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today, as this just shook financial markets. The pound broke. The other day, when the British pound completely collapsed, that was the catalyst that broke the economy. The Bank of England has pivoted to avert a credit crunch and an economic fallout. They're going to be starting quantitative easing again. And just as predicted, as I've been saying for months, I knew they weren't going to keep raising rates. They honestly raised them higher than I initially expected. But here we go. Inflation is about to run rampant again. They couldn't afford to completely implode the economy with a recession right before elections. The pound cracked, and it broke. Here, it's time to see the US dollar crack and break. I believe a final tidal wave of money is going to be entering the crypto market. And I'm extremely excited for all of you to witness the fruits of our investment as the money printer continues to go burr and the currency gets devalued and inflated. Our asset prices will rise. And while over the past 8 to 9 months we have been feeling pain, like clockwork, the bottom of the altcoin market was signaled. And I believe some profits will be there to be had on the table. Be aware of it. Take profits on the way up. And congratulations in advance. Now, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, something that I've continuously brought up on my channel is this bill for politicians, their children, spouses, or related connections will be banned from owning stocks. I believe this style of event and this style legislation will signal the absolute peak of the stock market. And after that happens, everything will implode. Congress is still in the stock market. Therefore, I don't believe they will let markets implode with their money in there. But it's coming. The bill they need to get out legally and swiftly is there. And the last time we saw a banning of stock trading by officials, it was Fed officials, and that was the exact top of the stock market. We have to pay attention to when this is passed, because around that time will be when you should flee, and that will have been when we peaked. Now guys, something extremely important that you all need to realize is that this Ripple SEC case is reaching a critical moment. Eleanor Tourette, reporter from Fox, has been covering the Ripple SEC case. After combing through the first 2 years of entries in the Hinman calendar, there were 4 total meetings that were scheduled to take place with consensus or officials associated with it, and at least 2 other meetings concerning ETH before ETH's Hinman Free Pass speech. That is extremely important. This confirms the wrongdoing that has been done. And we in the public now know this. I believe the SEC is squeezing themselves into a corner. And hear me personally, I love the way Jungle Link put his 2 cents on it. Please take a quick listen. As afterwards, I'll tell all of you why I personally think a settlement is here and could possibly happen this week.
Great job here, but she says, I've received a copy of Bill Hinman's public calendar covering his entire tenure while at the SEC. It's extensive, 189 pages worth, of which I'm still combing through, but here's some of the standouts. And essentially, before he gave his Ethereum free pass speech, he met with Consensus, essentially Joe Lubin here, and A16 is a devised their plot to give an Ethereum free pass speech, which he executed with perfection. This clearly was a joint effort to give Ethereum a free pass here to clarify that it's not a security, which is good. I don't think Ethereum, the token, should be classified as a security, but this vaulted status of commodity trading shouldn't be reserved just for Ethereum. There's other altcoins out there that would meet these secret classifications the SEC won't give us. But the most interesting thing about Hinman's calendar really is the omissions. And this was brought up by John Deaton. He had meetings that we know of from the Ripple depositions with his prior firm. I believe with the China office, his buddies he worked with on the Alibaba, IPO, things like this, that aren't on this schedule. So either the SEC redacted that, removed it because they knew it was improper, or Bill Hinman himself just didn't book it because he was warned by the ethics department, you shouldn't be, meeting with your prior firm, that this is improper, that this is a criminal conflict of interest. Just to have lunch with them, no less, devise plots for Ethereum and Bitcoin and to shut out the rest of the altcoin market.
Now guys, I hope you caught all of that. The dirty laundry and karma for the SEC is happening right now. Dirty laundry being exposed completely with hard dates and evidence. Eleanor Tourette doing an incredible job. But guys, a big reason why I speculate if a settlement were to happen, it would happen in the next couple days, is because the SEC is in settlement mode. Here, the SEC fined 16 Wall Street firms $1.8 billion for talking deals trades on personal apps. Next, we have from earlier today that the SEC fines Oracle $23 million. And finally, we had from earlier this week that Boeing is paying $200 million, settling an SEC case. This is when a settlement would happen. And Jungle Link in his video earlier today stated he believes the Ripple settlement, if it were going to happen, would be the last one. Stay on your toes. And if we see a surge in the XRP price, don't be surprised. Now with that being said, guys, if you aren't doing so already, please follow me on TikTok down in the YouTube description below, as my last account got taken down and banned. This is a platform where I post 2 times a day to give you guys short forum style content. And it's going to be important for me to helping you guys get the message you need on a daily basis. Please give me a follow and keep that in mind. Now, with all that being discussed, something I have been quite about recently is the launch of the Flare Network. The Flare Network is currently still in observation mode, and it looks like we have a time frame for when the Spark tokens could be released. Somewhere between the last week of October and the first or second week of November. Once we're at a 67% token distribution event may occur. They're trying to decentralize the network. And while I know everyone in the XRP community has been frustrated with the wait, I believe the wait will have been well worth it. Be patient, my friends. This is going to be a money maker. And once it launches, I'll be discussing nonstop the passive income strategies I'll personally be taking into maximizing my XRP and Flare rewards. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to cap off this video for today, I have this message from Jim Rickards. Jim Rickards is one of my favorite analysts and economists on the planet. And when he speaks about something, it's something we all have to keep in our minds. Here, he refers to a tweet from July 15th warning of a September shock in China. He states it looks like it's happening. Maybe not a full coup, but Xi may be getting his wings clipped off under house arrest. Apparently there were rumors that G was under house arrest. And if that is something that is in fact happening in China, then that is a massive black swan event that we need to keep in our minds. China, Taiwan, Russia, Ukraine, potential coup, supply chain shocks, food shortages, currency collapses, quantitative easing starting up again. These are all signs of the simultaneous death and rebirth of one system into a new one. We in the XRP community are mentally prepared for it, and we own the asset they need in order to make their new system work. Economics is broken, and XRP is the solution. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. If you aren't doing so already, please follow me on OnlyFans down in the description below, as today at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, we have a live Q&A session with myself in there. I also posted a video tutorial recently on how to not lose money in crypto, and I look forward to posting daily content in there for all of you. Now guys, as always, I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video.